Hi, Hogan here. As I have been thinking through some of the different topics that I could cover on these videos, one of the first ones that I thought of that would be quick and easy is the surgeries that I have had trying to improve my mobility since the accident. When I was in the hospital in Wyoming, in Salt Lake City, Utah, they had a philosophy not to have any surgeries for the first 2 years after your accident. So that way you would be able to see exactly what it was you were going to get back, and then wait and have the surgeries at that point to try to improve based on what you had. Well, when I moved to Charlotte, there was definitely a difference in philosophy, and I met with a surgeon. His name is Dr. Loeffler, and I will put his contact info below just in case any of you are curious or want to look into maybe having a surgery done by him. I was extremely impressed. He is a younger surgeon, but very qualified, and actually world renowned for some of the surgeries that he has performed. And I call him my mad scientist, and I am his little Frankenstein because I feel like every time I go in to visit with him, I can tell him what hurts or what's wrong, and he figures out a way to fix it. So, my very first surgery was two surgeries combined into one, and it was a nerve transfer surgery, which is supposed to be done as close to your accident as possible, but no more than a year out. And by the time I had met him, I was already 9 months out. So it was closer to 10 or 11 months out when I actually had the nerve transfer surgery. And I am definitely not a doctor, but from what I understand is they connect some of the non-firing nerves with nerves that are firing that you don't necessarily use, in hopes for me to be able to get my fingers back. Now, because I had it so late after the surgery, that one actually did not work. It didn't take. I really wish I had found out about it sooner and looked into it, but nonetheless, that one did not work. However, the other part of the surgery worked great, and it was an attempt to get my triceps to work. Because of my C5, C6 spinal cord injury, many of my arm muscles do work, but my triceps did not. So he took a strand of the posterior deltoid, because from my understanding, your deltoid is really three muscles kind of working together. So he took the outer strand of the deltoid and stretched it along my tricep, along with a donor Achilles tendon. Um, and between the two and attaching it to my actual tricep, it allowed my tricep to start to bend. So now, after lots of physical therapy, I can use my tricep muscle again. And they would not do the surgery on both arms at once because it was quite an ordeal afterwards. Lots of physical therapy before I could get my tricep to fire. The reason it took so long and so much therapy is it's a new muscle working in a way it's never worked before. So it was a lot of, I'd say, visualization of seeing the muscle moving and the muscle working, and what I had to think about to make it work instead of as a deltoid to as a tricep. So it's a little bit odd, and no one can really explain it well enough until you actually have to try to do it yourself. But after that surgery, after a few months, physical therapy, it really started to work. And then with continued therapy, it has gotten stronger. And then about, I'd say a year after that, I had the same surgery on the left arm. But obviously I didn't need the nerve transfer surgery because I had already had it for both arms, which didn't work. But in addition to the surgery on my left arm, I also tried a carpal tunnel release because for some reason, both of my hands were completely supinated or turned up towards the ceiling after my car accident. And I had some type of bone misalignment. And I will actually include a picture in the comments below so you guys can see a picture of me post-accident with both of my hands pointing up. And in the surgery, he basically broke my forearm in half and he reset it and took my hand from supinated and flipped it over. So now it's what's considered pronated. And it is a lot more functional. And not to mention, it just looks a lot more normal or natural, which is also a big bonus. Because after the spinal cord injury, you have enough emotions and things you're dealing with about not looking normal that every other opportunity you get to try to kind of fit in and look the same is definitely an opportunity gained. So that was a very relatively easy surgery, but because both of my wrists hurt so bad, that he tried the carpal tunnel release to try to get the wrist pain to go away. And that did not help the wrist pain. We're still not exactly sure what's even causing the wrist pain. So I have to wear, as you can see, these splints on my wrist. Easier probably to see on that one. Every day, and I wear it all day. And it's not really a huge deal. Obviously, I would love not to have to wear them. But for right now, I don't want to try any more surgeries right now to fix it until we can figure out exactly what's going on with them. So those are the surgeries that I have had post-accident. So if you have any questions about those, or especially if there are any other videos you would like to see in the future on any certain topics, I am absolutely an open book and happy to answer anything. So feel free to ask. So until the next video, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.